Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I give you all of the latest gaming news. And the questionable decisions for the PlayStation 5 continues on with another controversial announcement. Yeah, PlayStation coverage since the PlayStation 5 showcase has kind of been all over the place, with strange announcement after strange announcement. But before you go anywhere, I do want to assure you that I have some good news for the PlayStation 5 as well. So stay tuned for all that. Also, the new Smash Bros. Ultimate character was revealed, and it is absolutely massive, even though the Smash community seems to be a little split on this one, so don't go anywhere and we will talk about that. First though, let's go over some of the quick news, starting off with some game reviews. Yeah, we got two big game releases to talk about today, with Star Wars Squadrons and Crash 4. The good news here is that critics seem to be liking both of these quite a bit, and because these are such beloved franchises, I'm sure that is a huge sigh of relief for a lot of fans. Star Wars Squadrons currently has an 81 overall score on Metacritic, though this one still doesn't have a ton of reviews, so this score may change a lot as more reviews come in. But still, that is a good sign. I know EA hasn't always done a great job with the Star Wars games, but right now it looks like we may actually get two good Star Wars games in 2 consecutive years. That's kind of surprising when you really think about it, but maybe EA is starting to figure out how to do Star Wars games justice. As for Crash 4, and this is the one that I'm really excited for, has an 86 overall score on Metacritic. Now that's what I like to hear because it sounds like the wait was more than worth it. I mean, we haven't seen a new Crash Bandicoot in years, and based off what I'm hearing, this not only succeeds in being a reboot, but it also feels like a direct sequel to Crash 3. That is the best possible news I think Crash fans could get, but yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a great game. Either way, it looks like October is going to start off very strong with not just one good game, but possibly two, so these games might be worth picking up tomorrow on October 2nd. Activision though, please, let's not forget about Crash Bandicoot again. And speaking of October games, we also got some Apex Legends news. This may not exactly be a new game, but starting October 6th, Apex Legends will support crossplay, where you can play with your friends regardless of what device you play on. That's right, you will be able to add and talk with your friends whether you play on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Origin, or Steam. All you have to do is use the in-game Find Friend tool and then use the in-game voice chat to talk and play with your friends. Now, I absolutely love that more games are starting to do this. This is such a needed thing in the game community because by making these games' user base bigger, it allows its lifespan to expand, and that is a very big deal. It also allows you to play games where you want rather than being locked to one platform because your friend is playing somewhere else. I mean, not everybody has multiple platforms either, and some don't want to buy a completely new platform just to play multiplayer with somebody else. It's this inclusion that I really like, and it's just very pro-consumer. With that said, I do understand that there are some concerns with this type of stuff, as PC gamers do have an advantage using a mouse, which is far more accurate than using controllers with their analog sticks. That has always been an issue with competitive crossplay games, but in a lot of these games you can limit what platforms can join. Either way though, I do like having the option to use crossplay, so I'm glad to see Apex Legends bring this feature over on October 6th. Moving on though, Nintendo revealed their next character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate today, and it's Steve and Alex from Minecraft. Yeah, that's actually a massive inclusion for the Super Smash Bros. Roster considering how big Minecraft actually is. That's the interesting part though, because a very large part of the Smash community seems to be more than just a little upset with Minecraft's inclusion, and are wondering, who asked for this? I mean, I guess I'm not really too surprised by this because obviously not everybody will get exactly what they want, and there are a lot of really passionate Smash Bros. Fans, but we also need to understand that this inclusion will make a ton of people happy. You have to remember that Minecraft has sold more than 200 million copies worldwide and has 126 million monthly users. Those numbers are absolutely insane, and just to put that into perspective, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Mario Kart 8, Pokemon Sword and Shield combined haven't sold that many copies, and those are some of the most successful games ever made. So again, Minecraft is a massive franchise, so it really shouldn't be overly surprising that it was included in Smash Ultimate, which in many ways is a celebration of video games. Well, you can certainly say that Minecraft is a huge part of gaming history now, so I think that this is actually a really nice fit. And to be clear, I'm not a huge fan of Minecraft, and I would much rather play as Banjo-Kazooie in Smash, but at the same time, I understand the decision they made here, and I know it will make a lot of fans happy. What I will say though is that I'm happy it wasn't another Fire Emblem character. Now I'm just ready to see who else they have in store for Smash Ultimate. I'm still really hoping for Crash Bandicoot and Rayman personally. I mean, Ubisoft has made several games with Nintendo, such as Mario and Rabbids, so Rayman could be a good fit. But I will ask you, are you happy with Minecraft in Smash, or are you upset? Also, who would you like to see as the next fighter in Smash Ultimate? Let me know in the comments below. Let's start talking about PlayStation though, because we have a lot to go over here, and as it seems all too often anymore, some is good, while some not so much. We will start with some of the good news though, as we got a new PlayStation 5 launch game to look forward to. That's right, Pathless will be releasing on November 12th. Now do keep in mind it will also be releasing on the PlayStation 4, the Epic Games Store, and Apple Arcade, so there are other options to play Pathless if you don't get the PlayStation 5 on day one. Still though, this does look like an interesting launch game for the PlayStation 5. It does have some pretty cool high-speed combat with its bow and arrow, and it could be a fun game to pick up early on for the PlayStation 5. Now, speaking of the PlayStation 4, I think anybody hoping for a seamless transition to the PlayStation 5 may be a little hesitant on some of their upcoming purchases. Okay, let me explain. A few days ago on this channel, we did talk about the PlayStation 5 cross-save situation, as Yakuza 7 was revealed to not support cross-saves. That means that if you buy Yakuza Like a Dragon on the PlayStation 4 and then upgrade to the PlayStation 5, you will not be able to carry over your save file, but instead you will have to completely restart your game. That's very unfortunate, especially since Yakuza 7 will be out on the PlayStation 4 months before it comes to the PlayStation 5. So now some fans may be just a little hesitant on buying the PlayStation 4 version if they do intend to upgrade later. The thing is, Spider-Man Miles Morales was just revealed to support cross-saves, so that was a good sign that maybe Yakuza was just a one-time only thing. But for whatever reason, the Spider-Man remaster does not support this feature either. So I was thinking maybe they're just treating this remaster as a completely new game. But now we have yet another PlayStation 5 game that will not support cross-saves. Yes, unfortunately Dirt 5 will not be able to use this feature even though the Xbox Series X has zero issues with this. So now it's looking like this is a real problem for the PlayStation 5, as we are seeing it happen with 3 separate games. That's odd too, because you would think you could just carry over your save files through the cloud, but that doesn't appear to be the case. It seems like this could be a fundamental flaw with how Sony is doing PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 upgrades. You have to remember, the Xbox has their own little program to do these upgrades called Smart Delivery. And I know a lot of people just thought that was a marketing term, but that definitely doesn't seem to be the case anymore, as developers don't seem to be having any issue with the Xbox Series X. What makes this whole situation worse though, is that Sony isn't particularly being forthcoming with what is happening here, and now fans are wondering how many upgrades will be like this. I mean, can you imagine if Capcom were to give a free upgrade for Monster Hunter World, and then it couldn't bring over your save file? That would be a huge disappointment, as fans have put hundreds of hours into that game. Simply restarting your save file would not go over well with that community. So yes, that is a little concerning, and I hate to say that. I feel like since the PlayStation 5 showcase, Sony has just been having a lot of problems, and a lot of it's about transparency. I mean, if you really look at the whole picture, they have been making a lot of very strange decisions. They absolutely bungled the pre-orders. They lied about cross-gen games. They've raised the price of games, included microtransactions in a $70 game. Most of their games have to use performance modes in order to achieve 4K and 60 frames per second. And now they're also having issues with cross-saves. It just seems like Sony is having problems with the PlayStation 5, and it's mostly because of their odd decisions. Now, I do want to be clear. I still think that the PlayStation 5 will have excellent games, as they have a very strong first party, and this doesn't change that at all. I'm still super excited for Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank, Sackboy, God of War, and Astrobot, but I do also think that they have made some very questionable decisions, and it's starting to make me wonder, what's happening over there? It certainly hasn't been a smooth transition, and they're oftentimes being misleading, and this does make you wonder about what is going on. Hopefully though, for the most part, these free upgrades can support cross-saves, because we are seeing that with Miles Morales, but for the time being, it definitely seems like this is going to be a game-by-game basis thing. On the bright side though, I do have some very good news as well, because we are now getting reports of a PlayStation 5 boost mode in backwards compatible games. Now that is very exciting. This is something that we have been seeing with the Xbox Series X, where most Xbox One games now runs at 60 frames per second on the Series X, and it also includes things like Auto HDR, which is really cool. Unfortunately, we don't really know what the PlayStation 5 boost mode will include just yet, but I'm thinking at the very least it will probably have improved frame rate, which is huge in my opinion. To think we may be able to finally play games like Bloodborne at 60 frames per second is already a system seller for me. For me personally, backwards compatibility is a very big deal, and if PlayStation 5 can improve PlayStation 4 games, that is big news in my opinion. I do hope Sony starts to talk about this though, because as of this moment, it's a bit of a mystery. Really, I'm not sure why Sony hasn't talked about it now that I think about it. The PlayStation 5 is only a little over a month away from releasing, so maybe they have one more PlayStation 5 blowout planned. We can certainly hope. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for helping make this content possible. Peace out.